I'm Ed Cardinal coming to you live from Wakefield, Rhode Island, for those who don't know me. And tonight I want to talk about my mission to help men achieve optimal health, physical health, and vitality in all aspects of their life. And for me, I've been able to do that in my career. I actually started in the counseling profession, and I did that for 12 years. And then that, for me, lacked the physical component of healing. I've always been more holistic oriented. And so I went back to school to become a physical therapist and been helping men heal physically on a physical level. And then just after that, I got my first of two yoga teacher training certifications. I was teaching a men's yoga class for a few years before the pandemic. And then there was my spiritual journey to Southeast Asia, which I've been back 3 times to learn the ancient art of Thai massage. So that's how I've been able to help men in my career. But I'm feeling the need to expand my ability to help men on a bigger level. And that's why I'm choosing to do this through this platform, social media. And someone recently asked me, why this mission? What made you decide to do that? And in order to answer that question, I need to tell you a little bit of my own personal story. And you'll see, as I reflected on it, very interestingly, it follows my health journey follows the path of my career. It's often not a pretty picture, or sometimes in our darkest hours, we get the clarity and the that ability to realize that we need to make some changes. And that's what happened with me when I was 26 years old, over 30 years ago. I went home to visit my parents, and I went out and drank heavily, as was the pattern for me on weekends. And in the morning, I woke up in a urine-soaked bed with a pile of vomit next to the bed and not remembering how I got home. And in that moment, I felt disgusted, discouraged, unhappy. I was spiritually, emotionally, and physically bankrupt. And it was in that moment that I had an epiphany. I had a realization that I didn't want to live the rest of my life this way. I knew that there was more for me out there. And for me, I believe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I made a step. I made the first step, and that was to, first of all, to stop drinking. I needed to accept 100% responsibility for my own well-being. But the other thing that I needed to do was break free of the shackles of the cultural conditioning that I had been exposed to growing up in our culture, through the media, from my father, through what we see in the movies, the messages that men aren't supposed to cry, men are not supposed to express their emotions, they're not supposed to be vulnerable, they're not supposed to reach out for help, they need to be self-reliant. And I knew that I needed to not care what anyone thought, and I needed to break free of that, and I did. So my health journey started with the physical aspect, actually the emotional aspect, along with the physical first. And I know that journey for me will be a lifetime of working on myself. And then I also, as for the spiritual aspect of my journey, got involved in yoga and meditation. And so that, as you can see, my career path and my health journey followed my career path, where first it was dealing with the emotional, and then the physical, then the spiritual, and the mental. So my intention in this mission is to be a resource, a support, to provide inspiration, motivation to men. And it might not necessarily be men. I feel that this will be good for the women who love those men. It could be their brothers, their fathers, their friends. So it's not specifically just for men, but some of the information that I put out will be specifically for men. So I want to be that resource. I want to be able to accelerate men's ability to be healthier, to be happier. And if you're on that health journey already, maybe it's time to kick it up a bit. And maybe there's something that you'll hear that I have to offer that will help you with that. So if this sounds like something that is of interest of you, or you know someone else that would benefit from this, please share with them. You can also like this video and comment. Maybe you have some ideas for some topics that you would like me to cover. I do have a specific Facebook page dedicated just to my mission. Then I'll put the link to that with this. So thank you again for listening, and looking forward to taking this health journey with you. And hopefully we'll see you next week. I will be doing Facebook Lives every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good night. Take care.